I've asked that well, not ask. I'm going to continue. The only issue from our end that we're trying to resolve is having the minutes. Sorry, not the minutes. The agenda on screen. So we've only got a few items to go. So I'm going to move on with our agenda. And for those that are on our devices, if you go to Nexus, and the presentations are on Nexus, and if we go through that, and then we can get into doing it again. Having problem hearing again. So look, I'm going to move on through to item 18, and that's the Māori Outcomes Performance Measurement Framework. And I've got...
I'll move.
Sorry?
I'll move.
Yep, I got Councillor Casey to move and Councillor Dalton to second, if that's okay.
Thank you.
Yep, so if we've got that, and I just wanted to invite Simon and Tania. Tēnā korua.
Tēnā koe, can you hear me, Mr. Chair?
Aye.
Aye, ka pai. Tēnei te mihi ki a koutou I tēnei wā. Good afternoon, everyone. So this item is seeking your approval of a performance measurement framework for Māori outcomes for the council group. Just before I hand over to Simon Anderson, our Head of Strategic Māori Outcomes, to talk you through some of the detail, I thought I might just begin by providing you with a reminder and overview of why we are bringing this framework to you. The first point to note is that the CCO review has said that this framework needs to be completed with urgency. This is the next level of detail that sits under the Auckland Plan, so you'll all know our Māori outcome in the Māori Plan around identity and wellbeing. This framework aims to sit below that and provide the next layer of strategic direction. The framework is intended to support the group to ensure we're more impactful in terms of the initiatives we support and fund, and also ensure that there's value for money for ratepayers. This will enable us to give better direction across the group and have some real tangible measures for us to report against. The other thing to note is that approving this is an outstanding action of the Independent Māori Statutory Board's treaty audit, and it has been something that's been outstanding for a number of years now. So we've attempted to bring together numerous strategies and documents into one framework, which we'll report on and which we'd like to give this committee oversight of. I'll hand over to Simon to talk you through some of the principles around the framework. Apologies for the lack of video. I don't want to test fate because I have a dubious network connection at the moment. Simon.
Kia ora ngā rangatira. So today, as Tania told you, we're presenting Kia ora Tāmaki Makaurau, our outcomes measurement framework. So this is looking to guide and provide performance measures for the council group to achieve Māori outcomes. So as you can see here, the framework has a set of principles. It was developed in partnership with the Mana Whenua Kaitiaki Forum and through engagement and direct input from council subject matter experts, CCOs, the IMSB Secretariat and Māori communities. And the framework's also been circulated with iwi chairs through the Mana Whenua Kaitiaki Forum processes. So the four principles have been developed through the lens of Māori, and they speak to the connection of all things and the interdependence of holistic wellbeing. So mana Māori motuhake, that is Māori have the mana to set their aspirations, and highlighting the importance of relationships to keep this document relevant. So the third is me mahi tahi tātou. We're all in this together, working together, and this is made especially relevant through COVID. And then finally we have Kia ora Tāmaki Makaurau, and that is it's a wellbeing framework for Māori, and that wellbeing for Māori is wellbeing for all of Tāmaki, and it highlights the importance of collaboration across the entire Māori outcomes ecosystem. So if we go to the next slide. Thank you. So the framework captures how the council group will contribute to the outcomes that Māori have identified as mattering most for their whānau, hapu, iwi, marae and communities. So it supports the evolution and shift in focus from responsiveness to an outcomes-based lens by enabling a clearer understanding of how the council whānau can be more effective in achieving outcomes for and with Māori. So the framework aligns with Māori identified mana outcomes with the 10 strategic priorities agreed to as part of the long-term plan. It then outlines the practical steps to deliver on priority aligned Māori outcomes through focused areas where council can best influence and direct resource for consistent delivery. As Tanya said, it meets an outstanding recommendation from the Independent Māori Statutory Board's treaty audit. And if we go to the next slide. So Kia ora Tāmaki Makaurau evolves the Māori responsiveness framework. It supplements responsiveness approach to be relevant to the expectations and aspirations of Māori. So each of the 10 priorities is stated as a mana outcome statement, and each mana outcome is connected to a mahi objective, and that defines what the council group will do to contribute to delivering the outcomes. The mahi objectives also include the performance measures. Now, the measures enable a council-wide approach to measuring and monitoring the delivery of the outcomes. Where appropriate, the measures are from the LTP and the IMSB values reports. They were considered and incorporated, and you can, in the document, you can see them noted in the footnotes. So a measures steering group was established, consisting of the priority leads and representatives of corporate and local board performance and the Auckland Plan team, and the steering group guided the development of the proposed measures and methodology through a sound intervention logic approach. So guidance from the steering group will continue in preparation for LTP negotiations, and each of the 10 priorities are allocated to a directorate or a CCO who oversee its delivery across the council group. The measures come from across the business but will be managed through the central point of these outcome lead directorates or the CCO. So if we go to the next slide, you'll be able to see how simple, this is the simplicity of the structure of the framework. So that is the mana statement, Māori aspiration, then the mahi objective, our contribution to that aspiration, and how we will measure our performance through the performance measures. So the next slide. Do we have it? Okay, this shows how Kia ora Tāmaki Makaurau will be delivered. So the measures from the framework will be adopted into the long-term plan. Noting the framework will be subject to refinements based on this process, and we're currently working with the CCO's external partnerships team to include a commitment statement to the Māori Outcomes Framework in the CCO statements of intent. And the framework is now embedded into the organisational strategy, which is Kia Manawa Roa Tātou, which emphasises the framework as a key component to deliver the Auckland Plan and the long-term plan, and we'll continue to work with local boards to integrate into their local board planning. The council group still continues to deliver Māori outcomes through the Directorate Māori responsiveness plans, and we're currently looking or working to reshape these MRPs to the right level. And that is the directorate level. So the directorate MRPs will then be integrated into the business planning cycle to ensure Māori outcomes becomes part of their work program, and medium-term direction, including specific actions, will be provided through the directorate work programs and their associated MRPs. And just lastly on the reporting, this will be quarterly to our executive leadership team, quarterly to the Finance and Performance Committee on the financials, and then 6 monthly to PACE Committee on the outcomes, and annually through our Māori Outcomes annual report, and then also the 3 yearly against the Auckland Plan reporting cycle. Kia ora. Is there any pātai?
No, I'm just about to open that up, Simon. So look, Tania, are there any other comments you wish to make before I end up opening for pātai?
Oh, look, thank you, Mr. Chair. The only comment I really want to make is the huge amount of work that has gone into this framework across the business and across the CCOs. And so in order for us to move forward and show our commitment to achieving outcomes for our Māori communities, it can't just rest with one part of the organisation. We all need to play our role, and I guess that's what the framework here is seeking to do, make sure that we're driving it no matter what part of the council we're sitting in, and we're all really clear about what the measures are that we're working towards. Kia ora.
Tautoko that, so no, ka pai. So I'm going to open it up for any pātai, any questions. I don't have any in here. While I give it a few seconds, I just wanted to point out and wanted to explain to both Councillor Casey and to Councillor Dalton, in regards to our agenda that you see, there has been a change in regards to the recommendations. Now, the recommendations is B, that has now been split into 2 parts. What I will be doing is giving you those 2 parts, which will be B and a new C. And I'm hoping that the mover and seconder will include that in regards to the substantive. So B, it will be deleted, and in place there'll be a replacement B, which is agree that some of the existing members of the Māori Outcome Steering Group and a member from Ngā Matarai, Finance, Strategy and Independent Māori Statutory Board will support the implementation of the framework. So that is the group of the Māori Outcome Steering Group. And then there'll be a new C, and that is request that the steering group report back to the committee in February of 2021. So B, as you will have it on your agenda that was sent out, that is gone. And my understanding is, as well, Simon and Tania, is that the Independent Māori Statutory Board Secretariat is happy with the 2 recommendations that we're now putting on the paper. Can you confirm that, please?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have spoken to the Secretariat about the original resolution that was in the paper, and I think all you're doing with the proposed one is clarifying it a bit so it's in 2 pieces.
Ka pai, and there's a question just for me. Māori Outcomes Performance Measurement Framework, that is the framework name, Tania, Simon?
And the working title is Kia ora Tāmaki Makaurau. So they're one and the same.
Okay, I understand why the questions I'm getting online, because we've got approved the Māori Outcomes Framework when the title of 18 is Māori Outcomes Performance Measurement Framework. Which one should be in at number A? I'm assuming, Tanya, is that Māori Outcomes Performance Measurement Framework.
Aye, that's
Aye.
correct. Well
Okay.
picked up.
Yeah, so can we include that into A, please? And I think the other reference is which committee. It'll come back through to the PACE committee. So for C, request that the steering group report back to the PACE committee, Parks, Arts, Community and Events Committee in February 2021. Thank you so much, Councillor Coombe and Dalton, in regards to that. So thank you for those comments. Any questions, any pātai? Okay, well look, it's been moved and seconded, so I will put the recommendation with the additions that we've just spoken about. So all those in
Chair,
favour?
I just had a comment. Sorry, Alf. It's
Yeah, no,
Angela.
that's right. Yeah, all yours.
Thank you. Look, really, I just wanted to, just a big congratulations to Tanya and Simone on delivering on recommendation 36 in the CCO review already. And I think it's a huge piece of work and there's still a long way to go. I know you know that, but for you, Tanya, to be able to deliver this before you leave us, I think that's really special and important, and thank you so much. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this being implemented across the whole family, through every department, by every councillor as well, and so that we can really uphold our responsibilities to delivering on outcomes for Māori in Tamaki Makaurau. So thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Tēnā koe.
Thank you, Angela, and obviously through this whole piece of work moving forward to February, you will be consulted, spoken to, and also updated as a result of the portfolio holder that you hold for Māori.
Kia ora, Alf.
So look, tēnā kōrua, tānea rawa ko Simon. Thank you so much, and October, I think, is maybe the last committee meeting, Tane, that I'm hoping you will attend. But just to say thank you from all of us in regards to where you are going in your future work. Ngā mihi ki a koe, and thank you so much. So I will put the recommendation. All those in favour?
Aye.
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 Sorry, Mr. Chair, point of order. We can't see the final.
Aye.
Can we see what we're moving?
That's
What we're voting on?
No, that's why I said it at the beginning. We won't be able to,
Oh, sorry.
because this is why I read it out to everybody, because it was better doing it that way than waiting for the technical issues to be resolved. So I've read it out to everybody, and the changes that you see in the comment box, I have incorporated those into recommendation A, which is the framework name, and also in C, the new C, I have put in there the Parks, Arts, Community and Events Committees where the steering group will report to. All I'm asking is that you trust us in that, and when the minutes come out, you will see those. It's just that I didn't want all of us to wait, whether it be half an hour, to try and resolve those.
No, that's fine. I had dismissed you saying them all in one go, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay then. Well, look, it's been put through and also accepted. So, Tania, again to you and Simone. Thank you so much. Kia ora.
Kia ora, tēnā koe.
Kia ora.
So we